Courtroom, the wood-paneled walls of a family court. A woman in her early 40s, Claire Henderson, sits at the plaintiff's table. She is poised, but her hands are trembling beneath the desk. Her attorney, Deanna Walsh, leans close and whispers something. Claire nods. She doesn't look afraid. She looks ready. She built the company from nothing, worked through 2 pregnancies, a miscarriage, and 17-hour days. She signed every check, closed every deal, and smiled through every dinner party, pretending she didn't notice the looks her business partner gave her husband. She noticed. She was just waiting for the right moment. The silent partner. Ached the perfect life. 8 years earlier, a modest home office. Claire, younger, sits at a desk surrounded by spreadsheets and coffee cups. Her husband, Marcus, leans in the doorway, smiling. Marcus, you're going to be up all night again, aren't you? Claire, not looking up. The Keller account closes tomorrow. If I can get the projections right, we land our first 6-figure contract. Marcus, and then what? You'll work on the next thing. Claire, finally looking up. And then we buy the house. The one on Birchwood, with the big yard for the kids we're going to have someday. That's the plan, Marcus. That's always been the plan. He crosses the room, kisses her on top of the head. Marcus, you're going to be incredible. She landed the Keller account, then the Whitmore account, then 12 more. She hired staff, leased office space, and brought on a business partner. Someone she trusted completely. Her college friend. Her maid of honor. Jessica Lane. Claire and Jessica building Henderson Lane Consulting. Late nights, handshakes, celebrating contracts. The company grows. Claire is radiant. Jessica is always close. A little too close to Marcus at company parties. But Claire tells herself she's imagining it. For 6 years, Henderson Lane Consulting generated over $4 million in annual revenue. Claire owned 51%. She was the majority partner. The visionary. But she trusted Jessica with the books. That was her only mistake. The crack in the foundation. Present day. Claire's accountant, Jen Park, sits across from her at a coffee shop. His face is tight. Jen, Claire, I need you to look at these numbers very carefully. He slides a folder across the table. Claire opens it. Her eyes scan the page. Then again, her jaw tightens. Claire, this can't be right. We generated $1.3 million in Q3. Our overhead was, Jenny, $420,000 more than reported. The discrepancy has been happening for 3 years, Claire. Small amounts at first, but then he points to a highlighted line. Jen Kant, Devashay, set up a secondary LLC. She's been routing client invoices through it and keeping the margin. Your margin? Long silence. Claire closes the folder. She is completely still. CLAR. How much? Jen. Carefully. Over the 3 years, approximately $860,000. Claire doesn't explode. She doesn't cry. She picks up her coffee, takes a slow sip, sets it down. Solaire. Jean. Does Marcus know about this? Jean hesitates. That hesitation tells her everything. Claire can't, quietly. He helped her set it up. That evening, Claire sits in her car outside her own house. Through the window, she can see Marcus and Jessica at the kitchen table, laughing, comfortable, like they've been doing this for years. She watches them for a long moment, then she picks up her phone and dials. Claire. It's Claire Henderson. I need to retain you. Yes. Tonight. Bring your forensic accounting contact and your family law expertise. Pause. I need both. The quiet war. Claire didn't confront Marcus. She didn't call Jessica. She went home, made dinner, helped their daughter with homework, and kissed her husband goodnight. For 6 weeks, she was a ghost in her own life. Smiling, invisible, gathering everything she needed. Claire working quietly and methodically, copying financial records, meeting with attorney Diana, getting a forensic accountant report, photographing documents. Every scene quiet, focused, deliberate. Diana. In her office, the financial fraud case is strong. The embezzlement alone is criminal. But here's what I want you to understand, Claire. In the divorce proceedings, because the company was built during the marriage and Jessica is named in the fraud, we can argue that Marcus was a co-conspirator in financial misconduct against the marital estate. That changes everything. Claire? Meaning? Diana? Meaning instead of a 50-50 split, you could be entitled to significantly more. And we can go after Jessica's LLC for restitution. Claire? A slow smile. She spent 8 years watching me build something, waiting for her cut. Let's make sure she gets exactly what she deserves. The morning everything changed. A Tuesday morning. Marcus is making coffee. Claire comes downstairs dressed beautifully, calm, composed. Marcus, you look nice. Big meeting today? Claire, you could say that. A knock at the door. Marcus opens it. 2 people stand there, a process server and a detective. Process server. Marcus Henderson, you've been served. Marcus looks down at the papers. His face drains of color. He looks up at Claire. Marcus, Claire. Divorce petition. Fraud complaint. And Marcus, the DA's office received a copy of Jean's forensic report this morning. She picks up her keys. Claire, content. I also resigned as co-owner of Henderson Lane Consulting this morning. Effective immediately. My attorney filed to dissolve the partnership on grounds of breach of fiduciary duty. Jessica's LLC has been frozen pending investigation. At the door, don't be late to pick up Emma from school. At least be useful for something. She walks out. The door closes behind her. Family court. Back to present. The courtroom. Judge Patricia Osai reviews documents with quiet authority. Jessica's attorney. Your Honor, my client maintains that the secondary LLC was established for legitimate tax Diana. Standing, Your Honor, we have 847 individual transaction records, 3 years of bank statements, and a sworn affidavit from the accountant who set up the shell account at Mr. Henderson's direction. This was not a tax strategy. This was a coordinated scheme to defraud my client of nearly $1 million in revenue she generated. Murmur in the courtroom. Judge Osei. I've reviewed the forensic report. Counsel, I'm going to need your client to address the LLC transfers directly. Jessica's attorney leans to whisper to her. Jessica's face has gone pale. Later. The hallway outside the courtroom. Claire stands with Diana. Diana, the judge is granting the full petition. You get the house, primary custody of Emma, and 80% of the business assets, since the court recognizes the fraud directly undermined your equity. And the DA's office has confirmed they're pursuing criminal charges against Jessica and Marcus jointly. Claire exhales slowly. For the first time in months, her shoulders drop. CLARI. And the company. Diana Henderson Consulting. Just your name this time. The injunction stops Jessica from using any client list, branding, or intellectual property developed during your partnership. She starts from zero. Claire nods. Looks out the courthouse window. CLA, good. She should know what that feels like. Epilogue. 1 year later. Epilogue. 1 year later, Jessica Lane pled guilty to wire fraud and embezzlement. She served 14 months and paid full restitution. Marcus Henderson lost the divorce judgment, his reputation, and the business contacts he thought were his. Turns out, they were all Claire's. Claire walks through a bright, modern office. Staff members nod to her. Smiling, she stops at a window overlooking the city. Her daughter Emma runs in from behind and hugs her. Emma, Mom, did you see the new logo? They put it up outside. Claire looks at the building exterior. A clean, bold sign. Henderson Consulting. Sealer, smiling. Yeah, baby, I see it. She didn't just survive the betrayal. She used it. Fade to black. Screen text, have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted with everything? Drop your story in the comments. We read every one. Like if justice was served. Subscribe for more stories of strength. Alright guys, we are officially diving into episode 2 right now. Buckle up, because this one's gonna be insane. Listen up, pay close attention, and whatever you do, stick around till the very end. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Elena Vargas stepped into the gleaming lobby of Apex Innovations, her heels clicking against the marble floor like a metronome of success. At 32, she was the embodiment of corporate ambition, a Latina woman who had clawed her way from a modest upbringing in Miami to the executive suite in Silicon Valley. Her project, EcoNet, was her magnum opus, an AI-driven platform that revolutionized how cities managed renewable energy, predicting demand and optimizing distribution to reduce waste by up to 40%. Investors buzzed, and the board hailed her as a visionary. Home life provided the anchor. Marcus, her husband of 8 years, was the steady force, an accountant at a smaller firm content with spreadsheets while Elena dreamed big. Their daughter, Sophia, 6 years old with curly hair and endless curiosity, was the glue. Evenings were filled with family dinners where Elena shared her triumphs, and Marcus listened, his nods reassuring. But cracks formed. Marcus's job stagnated and subtle envy crept in. "You're always at work," he'd say lightly, but the undertone stung. Elena brushed it off, focusing on EcoNet's patent application. The leak. The board meeting was supposed to be Elena's crowning moment. Instead, it was a nightmare. CEO Harlan Reed announced a strategic pivot due to competition from Vertex Energy, who had just launched a near-identical system called GreenFlow. Elena's stomach dropped as slides flashed. Her algorithms, her interfaces, twisted just enough to evade direct plagiarism. "Who did this?" she demanded in the aftermath. Investigations pointed to a breach, but firewalls were intact. Elena's team was vetted. Paranoia set in. She double-checked locks, changed passwords. The demotion came swiftly. "We need fresh eyes," Reed said apologetically, reassigning her to support roles. Salary cut, prestige gone. Whispers in the halls. She must have slipped up. Elena's confidence shattered. Depression wrapped around her like fog. Mornings where getting out of bed felt impossible. Appetite gone, joy leached from Sophia's laughter. She cried in the shower, questioning her path. Therapy became her lifeline. Sessions with Dr. Lena Hayes helped her name the grief. Loss of trust in her world. Marcus was supportive at first, bringing home flowers, cooking meals, but his promotion at Vertex, announced weeks later, raised flags. "They headhunted me," he claimed. Elena congratulated him, but doubt gnawed. Uncovering the truth, late one night, insomnia driving her, Elena logged into their home network. A forgotten backup drive revealed the truth. Forwarded files from her Apex email to Marcus's, dated during her flu absence. Screenshots of EcoNet specs sent to a Vertex exec, Marcus's college buddy. Confrontation was raw. "Why?" Elena whispered, tears streaming. Marcus sighed. "I was overlooked, Elena. You had it all. I just shared some ideas. It snowballed. No apology, just justification. The marriage ended there in their living room with Sophia asleep upstairs." Elena filed for divorce. Grounds: emotional and financial betrayal. No affairs, just a husband's sabotage of his wife's career for his gain. The family court loomed, arena of affidavits and evaluations. The legal battle. In family court, Judge Amelia Cortez presided, a veteran of messy divorces. Marcus's lawyer, slick and aggressive, portrayed Elena as depressed and unfit. Her mental state endangers the child, he argued, citing her therapy records, subpoenaed unethically but admitted. Elena's attorney, Rachel Kim, a fierce advocate for women, countered. Dr. Hayes testified, "Elena has managed her depression admirably, seeking help early. It's a strength, not weakness." Sophia's teacher spoke of Elena's involvement, contrasting Marcus's absences. Custody hearings dragged. Marcus wanted 50/50ths, leveraging his new income. Elena pushed for primary, highlighting his deceit. Evidence from the civil suit bled in. Elena sued Vertex for IP theft, Marcus as accomplice. Forensics showed he used her laptop, breaching marital trust. The corporate case exploded. Depositions revealed Vertex's knowledge of the stolen IP. Elena's whistleblower, a junior engineer, provided chats. Damages claimed $10 million in lost revenue. Turning the tide, depression's grip loosened as Elena fought. She joined a support group for professional women finding solidarity. Workouts, meditation, tools to reclaim her power. Sophia's drawings became talismans. Mommy the boss. In court, Marcus cracked under cross-examination. I didn't think it hurt her this bad, he admitted. The judge in the civil case ruled. Vertex liable, payout $7 million to Apex. Elena awarded $3 million personally. Marcus ordered to pay restitution. His assets frozen. Family court followed suit. Judge Cortez awarded Elena primary custody, Marcus weekends with supervision. Integrity matters in parenting, she stated. No remorse from Marcus. He appealed. Lost. His career blacklisted. Empowerment and justice. Elena rose phoenix-like. Promoted back. She led EcoNet to global acclaim. Revenue soaring. She started EmpowerNet, a nonprofit mentoring women in STEM, turning betrayal into advocacy. Sophia flourished. Mother-daughter bonds stronger. Elena dated eventually, but her focus was self. Depression? A chapter closed, lessons learned. Justice was served, not through vengeance, but truth. Elena's story inspired articles, podcasts, monetizable empowerment tales. In the end, betrayal forged her unbreakable spirit.